你好，祝你有美好的一天。这就是频道 Celebrity News Today 247。这是今天的新闻。
Who did Xiao Zhan personally promote? The opponent provokes Bone Yao, but overturned because of a slap in the face. Xiao Zhancheng is no longer suspicious. Film and music are two-pronged, and the momentum is no longer low. Key Xiao Zhan personally promoted who slapped the face. The opponent provokes Bone Yao, but overturned because of a slap in the face. As we all know, after Xiao Zhan was caught in a storm, he was staring at every move. There is a lot of traffic, and there are a lot of resources brought in, but there are really not many works in hand. Compared with the flow students and flowers of the same period, Xiao Zhan certainly has no shortage of resources, but he never takes resources casually. There is no doubt that the current Xiao Zhan is a piece of fat and oily fat, let alone winning, even an idle hand. It can also bring unprecedented heat. In this regard, not to mention the heat of evening parties, platter activities, etc. Just refer to the sponsor of Xiao Zhan's popular drama. There is a lazy nut with a name that comes with a good impression. Behind this good impression, it is designed in advance to attract fans. Before the sponsorship, the company changed its name to the same name as the cat nuts raised by Xiao Zhan. What I didn't know was that it was sponsored by a big Krypton fan. Later, when the tickets were sent in the lottery, 2/3 of the votes were drawn to a designated group of people. Some clues were discovered in the interaction, and it was discovered that the essence is the same as fishing fans. In order to scrape points, there are too many invisible pits. The group of Xiao Zhan fans is the real version of Tang Monk meat. Okay, back to the topic. Except for the monthly drama Like a Dream, Xiao Zhan currently has no new works on the air. The shooting stage of Jade Bone Remote has been released twice in 3 days, which has raised the expectations of many people. Of course, most of the reason for this phenomenon is that in the first half there are basically no great costume dramas, and the broadcasted costumes are all complained of spicy eyes. At the press conference of the Goose Factory, there is not only Xiao Zhan, but it can be said that all the good ancient costumes are collected. So when the first trailer of each work was released, many people screamed. Xiao Zhan's Jade Bone Remote sparked discussion not only because of the high level of topicality. Before the Goose Factory press conference, the Shui army is spreading on the social platform like a bin. Supporting roles are added to the drama, the direction of the heroine is changed, Xiao Zhan's role is weakened, but he has an advantage, and the essence is to lead the heroine. Xiao Zhan fans shouted on the official blog of Jade Bone Yao and other topics. In order to make these posts more credible, they also produced very internal notices. I believe many people are like me. These turmoil will all converge after the first notice is released, allowing these rumors to be self-defeating. After the first teaser was released, these topics did not exist, and they are still being fermented. There is even crazier trend. This kind of reaction is also normal, because Xiao Zhan's costume looks really amazing. The hot searches on various social platforms and real-time comments, they are all asking what kind of drama it is and where to follow it. This reaction is obviously not what Xiao Zhan fans should have, because it is not a problem for them to write down Xiao Zhan's works easily. Why don't you know what drama this is? On which platform is it broadcast? As soon as the trailer came out, some people began to take the play in another direction, involving the popular drama Flowers and Bone a few years ago. The relationship between Xiao Zhan's master and the heroine is the same as that of 1,000 Bone, and even said that the modeling collided with Huo Jianhua. After all, 1,000 people have 1,000 faces, 1,000 people have 1,000 words. Just like some people say that Stephanie Sun is an unpopular singer, who has Jade Cho, and the data is so poor, Li Qingzhao is all cluttered with words. The plagiarism of Li Shangyin's poems is a truth, and this is the level of the world. First of all, Flower Thousand Bones is indeed an explosive drama. Secondly, the subject of the master and apprentice, the 20-year retro costume work Snowflake Excalibur, the work performed by Dongxing's brothers Zhang Dawei, Gong Xian, and Yang Gongru, master, disciple sadomasochism, and childbirth with masters have all kinds of subjects. It really reveals the age of the work. Even if I haven't watched this one, Jin Yong's The Legend of Condor Heroes should have been watched. The relationship between Xiaolong Nu and Yang Guo is the teacher and apprentice that is to change the identity of men and women. Now it is difficult to benchmark the subject of mentor and apprentice. This may be the level. Furthermore, Huo Jianhua, also handsome, hit the face. To be honest, you can see it like that. I really should wash my eyes, there is no other way. A trailer of 1 minute and 20 seconds does not need to be counted by the second. It is also known that the plot is biased towards the male lead, Shi Ying, and the proportions of lines and outbound are more important than the female lead. Do you think this will stop the opponent's progress? No, no, no. A more funny scene happened. There are industry appearing on social platforms. A very convincing shooting notice was issued. As soon as this content came out, people once again thought that the trailer was just a special edition for the Goose Factory to attract investment. Xiao Zhan's position and the proportion of roles in the play once again set off a discussion. But it was this seemingly very industry notice that rolled over, allowing the opponent to flip it thoroughly. Just because of one word. As soon as the preview of Jade Bone Remote came out, there were about 8 million broadcasts on that day. Not to mention having read the original work, only with an official poster of the characters. I don't know that the elements in the play are also forgiven. As soon as the trailer came out, I only watched it once, and the 3 words Ji Mountain appeared in the lines. The notice on the notice is Jivai Mountain. Wei and Yi are stupidly unclear. It may be the reason for the uncommon words, and the pronunciation of doubt is the same as doubt. Such a rigorous notice has made such a low-level error. Therefore, this car was not wronged. Xiao Zhan also sent blessings to the candidates in the live broadcast of the light-picking ceremony at the Goose Factory. Read well. The heat hasn't passed yet. This is overwhelming. I said that there is a connotation. At last it seems to be tougher than ever, and guiding Xiao Zhan fans to tear up the official Weibo of Jade Bone Yao is not worthy of scrutiny. At least look at these fermented topics based on Xiao Zhan's reaction. Is it true or not? Xiao Zhan's current works to be broadcast. In addition to Jade Bone Remote, Yusheng has successfully become a backlog of works. There is also a work that fans do not want to mention. These 2 works appeared on the promotion conferences of the 2 platforms for the first time in less than a month. The former also reported that Xiao Zhan would be attending to promote the play, but Xiao Zhan did not appear before the beginning to the end. So far, this role has not been claimed and promoted. After the 3-time His Royal Highness Wolf was launched, At Least I Am Coming was released for the promotion of the drama. When Jade Bone Remote was launched, all personal accounts and studio accounts were advertised. At the promotion meeting, Xiao Zhan not only attended, but the studio also forwarded the trailer for the show. The 2 have become a sharp contrast. The tropic of fermentation can definitely be subjective inference. Xiao Zhan's reaction has explained everything and is sufficient to answer all questions. But if you put the energy and perseverance of this Xiao Zhan on your family, not to mention holding out a Xiao Zhan, at least you can have a name in the entertainment circle. Always thinking about punishing people by the side, until the end, he drove Xiao Zhan more and more hot, and he was sure of himself. End of this article. Reminder, without permission, plagiarism and infringement must be investigated. Xiao Zhancheng is no longer doubtful, film and music are two-pronged, and the momentum is no longer low-key. Xiao Zhan has always been the white moonlight in everyone's hearts. But since the incident was exposed online, both career and fame have been greatly damaged. Many Kongjing and keyboard guys have resisted Xiao Zhan, and the goods they brought have also been mercilessly attacked. Some netizens originally planned to buy them, but as soon as it was heard that Xiao Zhan endorsed, he immediately stopped the idea of buying, and Xiao Zhan was also mercilessly terminated. But after such dark years, Xiao Zhan not only failed to defeat him, instead, he has been paying attention to his own career. Faced with the resistance of many people, he chose to remain silent. When the truth of the incident was exposed, he was still working hard. So how hard did Xiao Zhan work? The Chen Qingling starring in him became a hit this year, and it gained a lot of traffic and fans' support, allowing many actors to use this show to make a battle. And his music work Light Spot has achieved the highest sales, even if some people say that fans or ask people to deliberately scan the data, it is difficult to do this. Xiao Zhan himself has no practical black material. Even variety shows rarely participate. Some of them only participated in order to be able to sing, and many reality shows like Xiao Zhan simply ignored him, and he had never promoted him. New songs will always become popular. The people of Black Xiao Zhan can be divided into two main camps. One is the so-called internet black fans. They have been fiercely exposing various bad deeds of Xiao Zhan since the beginning of the incident. However, they found that there was no bad behavior, so they directed and acted in an accident and claimed that it was Xiao Zhan's fault. But fortunately, the truth was revealed in the end, and those who smashed him left in despair. The second wave is the older generation of actors such as Wang Hailin and Lu Xinda. In order to be able to catch the heat, they all used all means to pour dirty water on Xiao Zhan, saying that Xiao Zhan was just a good-looking face. Acting skills and other aspects are completely unable to come up with things, and I don't know what face is, and it is precisely because of this form and style that I finally let the editor see their real faces. Xiao Zhan himself has only been in his career for 5 years, so why must he talk to him in a critical tone? He may only know how hard I have worked in these 5 years. In order to be able to catch up with a stage play, his hands were bruised, and after singing the song, he could only take a nap on the sofa. Why would he still have so many sprays when he worked so hard? This is just a junior in the entertainment industry who is striving to shine. For the sake of Xiao Zhan, some people stubbornly picked bones from the eggs. Even if there is one thing that is not well done, it will be used as big news and broke the news. This is not only disrespect for Xiao Zhan himself, but is he really so idle? Finally, I hope that Xiao Zhan's new works, several works such as Jade Bone Distance, Please Advise for the Rest of My Life and Ace Force expressed expectations.